You may not see the dashes of inspiration and necessity, or the touches of ingenuity, philanthropy, and hard work that are mixed into this chowder, but they are all part of the recipe that makes it so special. The chowder story begins at sea in the very first weeks of the COVID pandemic in 2020.
It was a real scary time, a real uncertain time. The market shut down for seafood, like they did for many businesses.
John Pappalardo is CEO of the Cape Cod Commercial Fishermen's Alliance, which educates and advocates on behalf of fishermen. And much like an unexpected bounty on the last haul of the day, Pappalardo landed something big just after COVID hit.
A donor came forward and said that they would give us $1 million to support a program if we could find a way to keep fishermen fishing, so keep them employed, and use the products that they were catching to feed people who were hungry.
That donor was Lucas Walton, part of the family behind Walmart and founder of a nonprofit which, among other goals, seeks to improve the sustainability of the food chain. Grant in hand, the Alliance set off to make a haddock chowder from smaller haddock that are legal to catch but had little commercial value because of their size. Longtime journalist and now Fishermen's Alliance member, Seth Rollbine.
So instead of letting them just slip away, let's use them to create a chowder. Created locally, keep all the production in Massachusetts, and let's see if we can't get something out there and get it going.
They got it going immediately, named the project Small Boats, Big Taste, and had product out to food pantries in just 3 months, thanks to the Walton Grant and the Massachusetts Emergency Food Assistance Program.
I think there are only 5 or 6 states in the country that do this. And what it does is, in the state budget, allocates support directly to food banks and food pantries to purchase food to support people who might otherwise have a problem with knowing where their next meal is coming from.
Christine Menard runs the Family Pantry of Cape Cod in Harwich. It serves as a hub for food assistance all over the Cape, and she says the chowder was an immediate hit.
It's a huge program because it's what we call a dense protein, which means it's very, very healthy.
750 families a week, 14,000 people a year helped at the Harwich Pantry alone. The need here great and expanding, where a seasonal economy meets the high cost of housing.
For a long time, we would see a lot of the service workers, you know, your landscapers, grocery clerks, folks that are hourly and seasonal. But right now we're seeing more people that you would consider maybe blue or white collar, so teachers, firemen. They're really feeling the pinch for the cost of living.
The program has since expanded to include a clam chowder and a Provençal stew that uses skate as its protein, a prized fish in Europe but little utilized locally. Chatham fisherman Jesse Rose drags for shellfish year-round, a plentiful harvest that he also processes at his own local facility and sends to be used in the Alliance's clam chowder.
It's really given me a foundation, like a purchase order. I know in a month and a half I need X amount of clams put away. So I have a big freezer. I can work on my normal orders and put a little bit away all the time. So it's really given me the stability and planning.
It's perfect. It keeps fishermen fishing, which is the local economy, keeps our guys fed. I mean, it's just, you can't beat it, so it's perfect.
But the process of boat to bowl is a bit more complex. For the Small Boats Big Taste program, bringing in the catch is the start of a long journey that involves processing at Great Eastern Seafood in Boston and then delivery to PGI Foods in Lowell, a family-run business that dishes up hundreds of wholesale and retail food items. Just when they were also struggling at the start of COVID, Seth Rollbine from the Fishermen's Alliance came knocking on the door of PGI owner Joe Jolly.
Part of the thing is that they had such a great mission. To be a participant in that process was, I mean, you can't say no. Supporting that group of people is really been a privilege.
On this day, PGI is packaging and labeling the clam chowder that will then go to food pantries across the state. John Pappalardo of the Fishermen's Alliance says PGI Foods and another important partner were there from the very beginning.
We found our first client, which was the Greater Boston Food Bank, and of course their network and distribution was able to get the product back out into all the smaller communities in the Commonwealth.
More than 2 million servings of the Small Boats Big Taste chowders have been delivered. And while feeding those in need will always be core to the program, there is talk of expansion.
Our hope now is to begin to take that great product and begin to turn it into a purchasable entity for consumers. Let them buy it the way that they would buy any other chowder or stew or any other food, and use that money to really not just keep the program alive, but grow it.
That's what we're talking about now, is how do we get the stuff out to the general public and make it a self-sustaining product. And I think the opportunity is definitely there. We just need one of our local New England retailers to say, hey, we want to stand behind this too.
Hard to argue with the pitch or the mission.
That's really good.
Of a program that has put food on the table, kept fishermen employed, and could soon finance itself.
We know we have a product that people really enjoy eating. If we can find a way to build a for-profit model where people can access this product that's all commercially produced here in the Commonwealth, and their dollars can go to support or enhance the support for people in need, we think that's a win-win.
This is one of the things I'm really most proud of, because of the way it addressed a crisis and because of the hope it represents, the capacity for us to work together, to face problems together, and to overcome them, and to do it in a way that is full of respect and appreciation for our neighbors and our community.